Hi, today I will show you how to get the Google Play services working on an AGM M7. Please keep in mind that this is just for educational purposes, and if you are not familiar with rooting an Android device or unbrick your device after something goes wrong, please think twice before proceeding these steps. This method worked for me, but there isn't any guarantee that it's also working for your device. Every step in this tutorial is at your own risk and permanent damage could happen. So please take that in mind. First, I want to thank the Reddit user eitokao for doing so much research and sharing it with the community. Without this information, I wasn't able to do this by myself, so many thanks for sharing it. Before we're gonna start, be sure that the developer options and the USB debugging is enabled on your device. So first, let's start downloading all the packages. You could find the links in the description below. Depending on the version you bought, you can download the factory ROM package with all the included tools here. So if we're going down here, we have the AGM M7 Europe edition, America edition and Russia edition. If you're not sure which version you have, you could check it at the back of the phone behind the battery. And next, we're going to download the Magisk app. This app should give you root access, which we need to install the required packages. We also need the checksum gen tool to create a new checksum file after we modified the boot image file. Be sure that you're always taking the latest file. Because I couldn't find any custom recovery images files, we first need to install the micro G services to access the Play Store. Unfortunately, the micro G software is too difficult for me to completely install it for permanent use. So we're just gonna use it for accessing the Play Store to download the FK Manager. And with the FK Manager, we can just install the OpenGApps package. And of course, we also need the OpenGApps package to finish the tutorial with. As I found on the internet, I thought that the CPU was based on the ARM64 structure, but after flashing the OpenGApps archive, the kernel told me that I download the wrong package, and I needed just the ARM version. Also, the stock and the full variant were unfortunately too big to flash on the device, so I needed to download the Pico variant. So first you select here the ARM platform, then here Android 8.1 and the variant Pico. So after we downloaded everything, we need to unpack the factory ROM package and install the drivers. Be sure that if you're going to install the drivers, that the phone is not connected to the PC. So this is the file with the factory ROM and all the tools we need. I already unpacked the archive, so here we have the 3 folders. So let's open the installer. When the installer is finished, please reboot your PC. It's recommended to disable some sketchy apps which aren't mandatory for a proper use of your phone. I did this with the universal Android debloater. after reading about Chinese spyware, and I removed, for instance, the pre-installed apps like TikTok, WhatsApp, etc. Because after this tutorial we could install the original apps from the Google Play Store, so there is no need to keep these probably modified apps as system apps on your phone. You could find more info about the debloater in the description below. So we're now going to move some files to the phone in order to prepare the Magisk app. First open the folder with the factory ROM in it. Then copy the boot image to your phone. Next, copy the Magisk APK to your phone. So now we're able to prepare the Magisk app on the phone and patch the boot image. So first install the APK file with the file manager, and after installing it, open the Magisk app. Now click on the first install button, and under options select the first two options. There should be something saying like keep AVB 2.0 DM Verity and keep encryption. I don't know the exact translation because in my app it's displayed in Dutch. After that, click next and select the method select and patch a file. Now you can open the boot image which is located on your phone, and let's do Magisk do the magic. After the patched boot image has been created successfully, you could find it back at the downloads folder of your phone. The file probably should have the name starting with magisk_patched. So now let's go back to our factory ROM folder at our PC and change some files before we go further with the installation. So first let's change the name of the boot image and the checksum file. So now we're ready to paste the checksum generator and the patched boot image in this folder also. So first copy the patched file image to your factory ROM folder and change the name to boot.img. After that, go to the unpacked checksum gen folder and also copy all these files to the factory ROM folder. Run the checksum gen executable. So now we have created a new checksum file. You can see finished 100%. Press any key to continue. So I'm not sure if this is very important because you can also flash the boot image without the checksum file. But as the file is already in the folder, I think it's not that much extra to create a new one, just to be sure. Now we are able to root our device. Be sure that your phone is powered off and not plugged into your PC. So open the flash tool. And select the scatter loading file, which is also located at the factory ROM folder. make sure that this option is set to download only. Now we are going to deselect everything and just select the boot section, because we don't need to flash anything else. Now select the download button and just connect your USB cable from your phone to your PC. So now wait a little while until the loading bar is complete, this one, and a green check mark is visible on your screen. After flashing something to your phone, it could take longer as usual for the phone to start up. So just let your phone do its job and don't try to turn it on or take the battery out. You could brick your device with it. So now we're going to install the micro G service as a module in Magisk. First copy the zip archive to your phone. And then open the Magisk app on your phone. Check if everything is up to date. So if these buttons says install, then everything is up to date. If one of these buttons says update, I recommend to first update everything before proceed. So at the right bottom, select the modules tab and then select install from storage button. After selecting the micro G archive, your phone should ask to install and reboot. Just install the package. Choose for the first option, install and reboot. After the package is installed and your phone has rebooted, you should be able to see another apps in the menu called micro G, and of course the Google Play Store. So first we need to open the micro G app in order to add our Google account to this phone. So select account and then you will be redirected to the Google login screen. After logging in, you should be able to use the Play Store. Now in the Play Store, search for the app Franco Kernel Manager. This app will install the OpenGApps package very easily. After opening the app, you should have a pop-up which asking for root access. Confirm and proceed. It could happen that the app says that it has not full root access. In order to fix that, close the FK Manager completely and reopen. So if the FK Manager is set up properly, open the Magisk app again and go to modules and disable the micro G module. Don't remove it completely yet. Reboot your phone again by selecting this icon, and after restarting, open the FK Manager again. In the menu of the FK Manager, select the flasher option. Then enable the option reboot after flashing. With the manual flasher button, you can now select the OpenGApps zip archive and execute it. So when everything went well, you should now have OpenGApps on your device. And if it's working properly, you can now remove the micro G module in the Magisk app by clicking on the remove button. So during the install, I faced the following issues. With the micro G services, I got way too many apps nagging about the missing compliancy with Google services. And after trying a lot with this spoofing method they explained on their website, I just gave it up and chose the easy way. With OpenGApps, I don't have this issue anymore, and almost any app I installed just worked like it should work. The only problem I'm facing at the moment is that some streaming, banking, and unfortunately also the McDonald's app requires the device to be non-rooted. So right now I'm just exploring how to unroot the device without losing all the installed data. I'm definitely not an expert with modifying and that sort of things, but at this point, maybe some of you should have better ways to execute this. But I hope that with this tutorial, it's also gonna be a little bit easier for those who are just a beginner and exploring these ways to improve the user experience of an Android device. Thank you very much for watching.